So I've got the new Discmania Rainmaker here, and I've heard that Eagle just modified the new P2 to be more similar to the old P2, so I'm pretty pumped to try that out. I've got an old P2 and a new P2 to compare to this to see what it's like in differences in feel and flight, so let's get into it. Now getting right into the shape of this thing, it gets pretty interesting. Now if you didn't know, this is in the creator series for Discmania, and this is Eagle McMahon's creator series. And what that means is the players get to kind of choose and help design the disc to fit their specific needs. So Eagle had a hand in designing this disc and kind of making this the disc that he wanted to have. And what he did, he actually used to putt with the old P2s, and the new P2s, when they made the new ones, the edges were pretty blunt compared to the old P2s. Now they did this to have the nice stability that people liked in the P2s, so it is a little bit more stable than the old P2s, which is good. It's kind of like what they were going for. But it definitely does feel bigger in your hand and more blunt of a putter for it. And I'm guessing just Eagle wanted something a little bit that didn't feel as bulky in his hands. So with the Rainmakers, he made them like a little bit closer to the old P2s in terms of the shoulders just very slightly shallower and the bottom's a little bit more angled in, so it's a little more beveled of an edge. So that way when you fit it into your hand, it feels a little bit smaller in your hand. It fits a little nicer. I wouldn't say it's as shallow and small as the old P2s or like the alpacas or whatever you want to call them, but it definitely is closer. And I mean, I'm sure Eagle doesn't mind because he has huge hands compared to mine. It still feels really comfortable. So if you don't like how like bulky the P2s feel in your hand, you might want to try the Rainmakers, because it's not like a shallow putter by any means. Like a Sensei is definitely shallower, or the Logic is definitely shallower, but the Rainmaker feels really comfortable in the hand. I'd call it more of like a medium depth or thickness putter in your hand. And honestly, this Flex 3 plastic is really nice. It's disgusting outside right now. It's nice and humid and hot, and this thing is just holding its stiffness really well. Like, I'm impressed. Now the glow plastic, it definitely glows in the dark, really nice, but I found that at least this one has a couple like specks in the glow. So like, I mean, you can't see it and you're just looking at it. It doesn't look like there's any specks in the plastic, but once you see it in glow in the dark, there's a few speckles. Speckles, is that a word? It's one of those things where it's like, I don't care at all. It's just a really nice disc. It's nice plastic, but if you're really nitpicky like that, then it is what it is. But I personally think this plastic is really nice, and also this stamp. They're killing it with these stamps. This stamp is pretty sick. But let's take a look at how this thing flies. All right, so the flight of this thing is actually like, it's pretty similar to the P2, but at the same time it's not. So it's nice and stable, just like the P2. It won't turn for you if you throw it clean. But the difference is it'll push forward a lot more than the P2. It doesn't have the finish that the P2 does. So it might not be able to fight the winds as much as the normal P2 will, but it still can handle enough power when thrown on drives and stuff to stay straight. Again, as long as you're throwing it clean, which is pretty amazing, because that means this will fly further than the P2s, which is just incredible. In terms of the old P2s, I think it is still a touch less overstable than that. So like if I were to rank stabilities, it'd be the new P2, old P2, then the Rainmaker right there. But they're all really close to each other. But the main difference is the feel. It feels a little bit smaller in your hand. So if you like that smaller hand feel, this is it. So for putting, I think people would like this more because it'll push forward a little bit more than the new P2s. The new P2s, you kind of have to, even the old P2s as well, you kind of had to beat them in before they can glide forward and push for longer putts. But this one might be a little bit nicer for those longer putts. And once you beat it in, it'll be even better for that. So I can see why Eagle really likes these new putters, these new Rainmakers. They'll fly a lot straighter for further, and even on your throws. It's just a really nice overall all-around disc. For those who already have like those prototype run Rainmakers from the mystery boxes and stuff, this thing is just really good to add to the collection. Just nice glow plastic, the stamp is sick, and it just flies beautifully. You can pick these up at apollodiscgolf.com. I'll have the date and time of the release listed below and the link in the description. And yeah, see you in the next one. Oh, and when this comes out, I will be in Charleston, South Carolina for the Creators Cup. So let me know if you want any collaborations or a specific video that you want me to make. I'll try to make it. Just comment below, tell me what you want. So see you in the next one.